Hello my crafty friends, this is take 2 on my video. I got the whole thing done and realized that I didn't have any sound. So I had to start all over. So I hope everybody's doing well. I know this is a very bad time, so all the more reason to hope you're doing well. I know we're all kind of stuck at home, or most of us are, and so it's a great time to be in our craft rooms. And as you could see from the title of this video, this is my Boho journal, Crafting While Impaired. That's when it was crafted while I was impaired, because I had to have cataract surgery, and actually before I had that, I had another eye procedure done on each of my eyes. So I've been having trouble since November, but I had my last cataract surgery about 10 days ago, so I am finished with that. However, I still can't see real well because I need to get glasses, and I can't get those until the end of April. So my crafting is still going to be impaired, just not as bad. Or my vision's going to be impaired, which is going to make me be crafting while impaired. So anyway, I really couldn't see good at all when I did these two things here, because I had just had one eye done, and I couldn't see with my glasses, and I couldn't see without them. I mean, it was really quite bad, but after I got used to it, I was able to somewhat focus enough so that I could come in my craft room and do something, because I was on restriction. I couldn't lift anything. I couldn't bend over. So I wasn't going to let that time go to waste. So even with the imperfections, I managed to get something done that I'd been wanting to do for a long time. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the box first, and then I'll move into the journal that I made. This is I guess you could call it a book box. It was a game, and on the inside there was a little booklet, right? A little book right here that you used to go with the game, and the pieces for the game were down in here. And so I glued these together, and had I been able to see better, I would have been able to see that I didn't get my glue all the way to the end, and also that I should have glued one page and waited, and then glued another page and waited, instead of just smearing glue and sticking them together and smearing glue and sticking them together, because it buckled a little bit right here, bowed, and I don't know if it would have had I did it in a different way. But regardless, either way, that's what happened to it. And that's what happens when you craft and you can't see. You get what you get. So anyway, I'll take these out for a minute. And this paper, I don't remember whose papers I used. I know whose papers I used. I used Artie Mae's, and I also used the Studio 28E, Sheila's Boho Daydreams digital kits. So those are the papers I used, and I don't know whose were whose. I'm sorry, I can't tell you that, but I can't remember. But I had some left, and I had a lot left, but these were the little things embellishments and stuff that I had just didn't have room to use, so because it was 2 kits, so I just had a lot. So since I couldn't put my book in here, which was supposed to go in here, I decided I'd just keep the ephemera in there for now. But when I made the book was to fit in here, and it fits this way, but it got too fat, and now the lid won't close. So even though they're supposed to be a set, didn't work out that way. I didn't take into account that the book was going to get fat, and You can't stretch the width of the box. It just won't do that. So, or how deep it is, I mean. So anyway, I used a lot of trims and fabrics from Sheila at Boho Daydreams and from Roseanne at Roxy Car 11. And I used a lot from my own stash, which I had been gathering up for close to a year because I wanted to do a boho journal. And I just kept, you know how you just keep buying stuff and thinking, well, I probably got enough, but since I'm not ready to make it, I'll just get a few more things. Well, that's kind of what happened, and I have got more stuff than I will ever use now. But that's not, it's neither here nor there. Anyway, I don't know whose trims are whose, except I do know that this trim here on the front was mine. I know that. But I can't remember about a lot of this other, like, this is beautiful, but I don't know where it came from. I don't know if it came from Sheila or it came from Roseanne, or if it was mine. On the back, I used several different trims. This is a different one from this, because I ran out. But anyway, that's about it for the box. There's not a whole lot to say about the box. A box is a box, and it's got some imperfections in it, like here, it didn't get glued down well enough. Here in the back, it got glued too well, and the glue came through. But I still like it, and I still think it's pretty, and I'll use it. At least right now, I might end up selling it. I don't know. I don't know if anybody would even want it, but that'll be later on down the road. Right now, it's too dangerous to go out to go to the post office or anything else if you're my age, because I'm a senior and I don't need to be out. So anyway, so this is my little journal that I made. I would have made it bigger had I known it wasn't going to fit in the box when I got through. But I do know that this pretty velveteen fabric here came from Roseanne. And this sari ribbon here came from, Victoria and Gypsy Girl or something like that. I can't remember. I ordered it from somewhere. Somebody on Etsy. I think that was who she was. Anyway, I don't know whose image that is. The papers that I used, I don't know if I said, but the papers I used were Artie Mae's and Studio 28E. I think I did say that before. Anyway, I might have been repeating myself, because like I said, I made this video already one time, so I can't remember if I said it in that one or if I said it in this one, but just figure I'm having a senior moment. Been having a lot of those lately with all that's going on. Anyway, let's just go on. This trim I know I got from the Scrap Exchange, which is a thrift store that sells different types of crafts and vintage papers and things like that any crafter would love to go to. And if you follow Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong, she works there. So if you don't know her, you should go over and check her out. I think she's wonderful. So anyway, this is the back of the book. It's just got different layers of fabric and trims. And then on the bottom, I use tassels. This is a beaded tassel, and I think I made this one a long time ago, and it's been in my stash. I tried making some one time, and I think that's one of them that I made. So this is the first page, and I put a fabric pocket and just an image of a pretty lady in here. I love these images of all these pretty gypsy ladies or I don't know, bohemian ladies. They're beautiful. They're beautiful ladies, and they're dressed so pretty, and I love them. On this page, I added a trim, and I guess I put the trim on the back side of this one, but it showed here, and I liked it, but I wanted a little extra, so I used this very teeny tiny little multicolored cup chain that I had in my stash. And here I put an embellishment and another journaling tag, I guess you call it a tag. And it has lines on the back for writing. Then I just left this page plain because I didn't want to cover up the lady, and I added some trim, and I put some more beads on the bottom, and these I did not make these. I bought them, and actually I think that I got them from the Goodwill when I went to visit my daughter up in Williamsburg, Virginia. Pretty sure I got like 5 or 6 different little bags of fibers that they'd never been opened, and this was one of them, and it was a dangle trim. But anyway, I think that's where that came from. This is a somebody Donnelly flip. I forget what her name is. I see Gail Augustinelli make these a lot. She always says what kind they are, and I can't remember what the lady's first name is. I put a tag and a little journaling card in here, and then I put some stickles on this little girl's jewelry and on her headband, just to sparkle her up a little. I made a collaged a tag here that says "Today is full of possibilities," and it's just placed a journal on the back. But this flips up. Rita Donnelly, that's her name. And I put a little paper embellishment on there and used some stickles on it. Here's a little tab with a little charm on it. It's got a little elephant, a little made with love. Can't see, hardly read. And a little red bead on it. And I like this. It's got sequins on it. It's really pretty trim. Here's another very pretty embellishment, and there's 3 little tickets in there that you can write on. I left these 2 pages blank, but I did do some stenciling on this one. And then I have a belly band, which looks like it's trying to come unglued, so I have to glue that back on. And then there's a little booklet in here, and I used some gold thread to bind it, and it's just got some little papers in it that I sprayed with Lindy's, some of Lindy's Stamp Gang spray, so it's got a little shimmer to it. Here's 2 more. Here's another lady. She looks more like she's a gypsy lady, I guess, but she kind of looks a little bit like an Indian lady, I think. She's very pretty. I like her. And then another little journaling spot that I stamped some lines on the back of. Here's another little tab and little dangle charm here, or bead charm that someone gave me. And I like this trim too. It's got the little mirrors on it. It's very pretty. And this is some of my paper that I used the Lindy's on. I don't think you can see it, but it sparkles. And I stenciled on that page. Here's a little fabric flip. Another page to journal on. Here's a little tuck spot with a tag, and I put some sari silk up there. I attached it with my Tim Holtz tiny attacher, and did some more stenciling on this page. Here's a flip out, or a flip, I don't know what you call it, flip I guess, made from part of a file folder, and it's got an image of a pretty girl on it, and I stamped thoughts on the side there. This is some trim that I had in my stash, and this is a page that you can journal on, and you can hide it in there like that. This is an envelope that has a journaling tag in it, and I just clipped it with this little flower paper clip with a little dangle on it. And let's see, here's the middle of the book. That's just pages to journal on here at the back of this section. And then here's the middle, and I just put some pretty ladies in here, and then this one card with the jewels on it. And I used gold crochet thread to bind the book together. I'm going to put some beads on there, but I got to see a little better first. So all these other ones were done already. Here's a pocket with 2 cards to journal and another pretty lady there. And what's on this one? Is that a lady or a... No, that's just some roses. And I know that's from Artie Mae's kit. I remember she had flowers in her kit. Here's another lady. And this is a little booklet I made, just using some coffee dyed paper. And then I put this pretty trim on along the bottom, and this little tiny dangle trim here that I got from the scrap exchange. Some more pretty trim there. Here's some tickets, some more trim, and another pocket. And this is a card, and I stamped it with lines so you can journal there. And the dangles are over here. And then here's I made a little pocket out of this girl here that I put on here, and just added a little card there to journal on. Another tab there, and pretty little rhinestone dangle. Looks a little bit like a butterfly with his, with the little trail behind him, kinda. And then here's another pocket. The pretty lady can journal on the back. And more paper. Here's another really pretty applique, embellishment, applique I guess. And another pretty lady, or girl. She looks more like a little girl. She looks kind of sad though. And some more journaling pages. Here's another pocket with a tag in it, and I added some little gold embellishments there that came off of I cut out of some fabric, and they kind of matched these little gold things on this here. And then I used 2 appliques from a piece of sari fabric and made this topper for the tag. Then I left these blank. Here's another tab with a little coin and a little red charm stenciled here. Left this page blank, added a pocket here, and put a journaling card with some pretty gold trim down the side and 2 vintage bells. Let me get this back in. There we go. And then this is the end of the book. This is the last page. And here I made a writing board because some of these pages are going to be hard to write on without it. So, and it's got paper on both sides. Both of them pretty images. I just turned it this way because I thought it matched that page better. And my little tag. And I put a little boho embellishment on the back of it, just a little paper one. And I left this a little loose. Might want to put another little book or something in there at some point, or some envelope with some, you know, something inside of it, some memories or something. I don't know. Anyway, that is it. That's my book and my box. Crafted while impaired. No doubt probably in my pajamas. See, I'd already been home for a while before this started, so I kind of got used to being home. But now that I can see better, I can get some more things done maybe. So that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. If you're still here, thank you very much for hanging around and looking at my book and my box. And stay well, and I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.